Hello. Okay, let's jump into our first paradox called Liar's paradox. Now, I want you to open your worksheet 1.2, Liar's paradox worksheet, and consider the statement, I am lying. So, this sentence is impossible to assign the truth value to. So, if you try to think it's a true statement, then it has to be false. And if you think it's a false statement, then that makes it a true statement. So I want you to think about it and answer the first two questions on the worksheet. And in fact, I think the rest of the worksheet you can work on your own. I want you to pause this video um, and go through the worksheet and then come to reflect it with me. All right. Okay. Um, oops. Okay. Uh, So, and the last problem when it says if someone else is lying, does this statement have a similar problem to some of the statements that we had before? Um, and I kind of want to connect this question to the knights and knaves problem that we did on the first worksheet, the impossible fourth problem where June said the statement, Bart is a knave. Calling somebody a name is same thing as they're lying. And maybe Bart says, June is telling the truth. So calling somebody else is a liar in itself doesn't maybe is not a problem. But it could be if you say something about somebody else and they tell you something about you, and if it's no possible way to kind of resolve that, then you could have a similar problem here as well. So it's not just a self-referential statement. It could be a statement that kind of comes back in itself and in a roundabout way. Okay, I kind of wanted to show you a similar paradox called Pinocchio's paradox. So let me see if I can pull that up. Okay, all right, so this is Pinocchio's paradox. My nose will grow now. So what do you think will happen here? So if Pinocchio was telling the truth, then the nose will grow. But Pinocchio's nose will grow when Pinocchio lies. So then Pinocchio is lying. But then if it's lying, it's now a false statement. Okay. If Pinocchio is lying about this, then Pinocchio's nose will grow because it is lying. But if the nose is growing, then it's a true statement. So they're kind of both impossible to resolve, kind of like the liar's paradox we had in the worksheet. So how do we resolve this paradox? How does logicians and mathematicians work with these type of self-referential statements where it's impossible to assign the truth value to? And you might think this is kind of cheating, but the way to resolve it is to not consider these as logical statements at all. So what we're gonna do for the rest of the course is that when we try to do logic to evaluate statements if something is true or something is false. It has to be the type of statement where you could assign either true or false, one or the other, but not a case where it could be both, and not a case where it could be neither true or false. So we're just not going to even talk about these type of statements, and that's the way to avoid it. Right? Not consider these logical statements at all if it's impossible to assign one or the other. Okay, so that's the conclusion here for this worksheet. All right, I'll see you guys Friday.